5 donors this election cycle, but among the top organization groups, we do have 2 groups that are connected to Soros, funneling money from a 501c4 that's tied to Soros to a super PAC that has also been tied to Soros, which he's also donated to directly, and then infusing that money into a number of different Democratic groups. So just looking at the direct donor doesn't tell the full story of who is actually behind those donations in many cases.
But you might be surprised to hear some of the biggest individual donors in American politics aren't household names. After Adelson, the number 2 donors in 2020, giving more than $59 million to Republicans, are shipping and supply magnates Richard and Elizabeth Uihlein. After Steyer, at number 4 is Timothy Mellon, more than $50 million, mostly to Republicans. He's heir to a banking fortune and owns Pan Am Systems Transportation Company. From there, Wall Street hedge funds and investment firms dominate. There's number 5, Stephen Schwarzman, CEO of the investment firm Blackstone Group. He and his wife have dropped more than $28 million, mostly on Republicans. Jeffrey and Janine Yass of Wall Street's Susquehanna International Group, above $24 million on the Republican side. Hedge fund magnate Donald Sussman of Paloma Partners, more than $23 million, almost all to Democrats. The Simons and the Laufers, big donors affiliated with the hedge fund Renaissance Technologies, hold 2 top places with more than $32 million for Democrats. Liberal activist Carla Jurvetson, reportedly split from her Silicon Valley venture capitalist husband, is closing in on $21 million for Democrats. Most of it went to Elizabeth Warren.
Trump doesn't have the strength to lead, nor the character to admit it.
Also reaching new highs this election,
Joe Biden is a job-killing, tax-raising disaster.
So-called outside spending, cash primarily spent on all those negative ads.
Billions in wages lost.
That number passed $1.9 billion just 2 weeks before Election Day.
Trump is not well.
That's $800 million more than the same time in 2016. Biden takes the win in this category with a $139 million advantage in outside spending, not counting a $100 million pledge from Bloomberg. Topping the list is the same group that supported Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, Priorities USA Action.
We're headed in the wrong direction because of Donald Trump. We need a president again. We need Joe Biden.
Priorities USA Action has devoted more than $94 million to make sure Trump loses. Also helping Biden, the opposition research powerhouse American Bridge 21st Century, funded by conservative-turned-liberal activist David Brock. The Lincoln Project, a group of never-Trump Republicans, Unite the Country, and Pacronym, which claims to be running the largest digital campaign targeting key voters in battleground states on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
One of the biggest trends over the last few election cycles that seems to have really proliferated in 2020 is the role of the internet and digital ads, because it is extremely easy for a dark money group or even an individual or group of individuals to create an online presence that may give the appearance of being either a civic group or a news outlet or even another individual without leaving a trace of who is actually behind those accounts.
Outside spending groups helping Trump include America First Action, which comes in at more than $93 million, Preserve America PAC at $76.8 million, Committee to Defend the President, and Great America PAC.
So we do have a number of people all across the country who are big dollar political donors, but we don't quite know who they are because they are the ones who are donating hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars to organizations that in turn don't disclose where that money is truly coming from.
In all, Trump and Biden have raised well over $1.4 billion, with Biden showing a $101 million advantage over Trump. And while the money race is one all candidates want to win, it's not necessarily the predictor many once thought it was, as proved in 2016 when Hillary Clinton outraised Donald Trump 2-1.
So help me God.
But lost. Trump wins in one money category, small donors. He receives nearly 53% of his contributions from small donors. Biden's small donors are 38% of his donations. Ahead on Full Measure, the allegations about Hunter Biden, the story some in the media won't cover.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to lower cholesterol and slows sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. So start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Tim Hortons' new dark roast. A bold start and a smooth finish. New dark roast made with 100% premium Arabica beans. Richer and bolder than ever. Now at Tim Hortons.
Your roof gets hit with water, a lot of water, about 55,000 gallons per year. That's why at Fiesel, we provide the best warranty in the industry. Text Fiesel to 555-888 and receive 10% off your roof replacement.
All season long, Dayton 24/7 Now News has been your election headquarters.
We've brought the candidates to you, delivering critical information on all platforms.
Now we're here to guide you through the home stretch, helping you navigate through all the new changes so you can make your voice heard. Can you break down for viewers the different ways people can vote?
Plus, we'll deliver unique content and coverage from across the state and our nation's capital.
And what you need to know to keep your mail-in ballots safe, as well as safety protocols at the polls. This election season, stay connected.
Late in the election, reports surfaced about conflicts of interest among Joe Biden, his family, and foreign business contacts in China and beyond, which Biden denies. Some media outlets have refused to cover the alleged conflicts. We thought we'd take a different approach and investigate the emails, the connections, and the actual evidence. Hunter Biden was discharged from the Navy Reserve in early 2014 after getting caught with cocaine in his system. Emails allegedly show Hunter and his business partners soon began working on a deal with Ukraine's largest energy company, Burisma, and its owner, Mykola Zlochevsky, mired in a corruption scandal. About the same time, the White House announced Hunter's dad, Vice President Biden, would take the lead on Ukraine policy and make a trip there. The day of the announcement, Hunter reportedly wrote his business partner, "This could be the break we've been waiting for," saying their contract with Burisma should begin now, not after the upcoming visit of my guy. The announcement of my guy's upcoming travels should be characterized as part of our advice and thinking, adding Burisma must know in no uncertain terms that Hunter and his team would need to abide by U.S. laws in the strictest sense across the board. Matters quickly worsened for Burisma and its owner Zlochevsky. Fraud probes were launched first in the UK and then Ukraine. The company seemed anxious to use the Biden name to deflect them. A Burisma official allegedly wrote, "Taking into account the political weight of our directors, we have to use their personality carefully and strategically wise. Therefore," speaking of Hunter, "I kindly suggest to indeed now or after his father leaves our country, just put him on our website without going for public campaign." By the time Vice President Biden touched down a few days later, Burisma had sealed its decision to put Hunter on its board of directors, and Joe Biden raised the subject so important to the energy giant.
With the right investments and the right choices, Ukraine can reduce its energy dependence and increase its energy security.
Soon after that visit, according to emails, Burisma made a $250,000 payment to the Washington, D.C. law firm where Hunter worked, announced he'd joined Burisma's board, and posted a photo of Vice President Biden on its website, which the Vice President's counsel quickly asked to be removed. Tell Burisma they need to take it down. Burisma also allegedly outlined concrete actions expected of Hunter and the team that will effectively stop those politically motivated attacks against Burisma today and will create solid ground for preventing such actions in the future. By November 2015, the emails say, Burisma named Ukraine's prosecutor general as one of the key targets Hunter and his partners should focus on, with high-ranking U.S. officials with the ultimate purpose to close down for any cases. Within weeks, in December 2015, according to emails, Hunter and Burisma got an advance briefing of a trip where Vice President Biden would put Ukraine's prosecutor general Viktor Shokin in the crosshairs. Joe Biden later recounted how he got Ukraine's president to fire Shokin by threatening to hold back $1 billion in U.S. funds.
6 hours. I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired.
Biden and others insist Shokin hadn't fought corruption hard enough, and his firing made it more, not less likely, Burisma would be thoroughly investigated. Whatever the case, in January 2017, just before President Trump took office, Burisma announced all the cases against it were closed. Today, 2 of Hunter's former business partners, including the one from the Ukraine deal, are in prison on unrelated charges. The Bidens have not been accused of a crime and haven't commented on the accuracy of the emails. What remains to be seen is what impact, if any, this will have on the election. We'll be right back.
ABC 22 and Fox 45 are proud to have received an Ohio Valley Chapter Regional Emmy Award for our continuing coverage of the Memorial Day tornadoes.
It's our honor to bring you the news you need now.
Stay connected on all platforms with Dayton 24/7 Now News.
Give us 60 and we'll give you the world. The real stories behind the push alerts and social posts you've seen all day. Dayton 24/7 Now News at 6 and World News Tonight with David Muir. Only on ABC 22.
Hundreds of 2020 Honda Civics are in stock and on sale for just $179 a month during the model year-end sale. Or save thousands with 1.9% financing for 60 months. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Injured in an accident? Call 1-800-INJURED and get the Tiger on your side.
We're reporting on the Miami Valley stories of the day.
And those stories keep scrolling right here. Plus, you can get your weather, so you know what to expect on your commute.
The information stays up all morning long.
Beginning at 4:27 a.m. on ABC 22.
With the strife and division in this moment, Mike Turner is not the leader we need. Instead of protecting us during COVID, Turner voted against protecting those with pre-existing conditions. Instead of keeping us safe, Turner voted against bipartisan gun reforms. Instead of healing injustice, Turner voted against criminal justice reform. And instead of uniting us, Turner sided with Trump 95% of the time. This moment requires a new leader.
I'm Desiree Timms, and I approve this message.
You want democracy. Vote.
During the model year-end sale, drive 2020 Honda HR-Vs in stock and on sale for just $169 a month. Or save thousands with 0.9% financing for 60 months. Search your local Honda dealer today.
In 2016, candidate Trump promised to build that wall, but the effort was blocked by numerous lawsuits in Congress. Ultimately, the Trump administration was able to move billions from sources including the military budget, and construction has been going on ever since. We set out to find how much has really been built and how much tax money it's cost. We start on the far west coast in San Diego with Border Patrol agent Justin Castrojón.
We're about a mile east of the coast. This will continue on another 13 miles into the mountainous area, Otay Mountains here in San Diego. So that includes the secondary and the primary. They mirror each other, so 14 miles off the coast.
And that's 18 feet tall?
18 feet tall.
How tall is that?
And this is 30 feet tall. So actually, infrastructure here in San Diego started back in 1994 under Operation Gatekeeper. Before that, we virtually had no physical barrier at the border. So you can imagine it was quite chaotic at times right on the border. In fact, it was a situation where not a whole lot of law and order existed.
The border between the United States and Mexico stretches nearly.
In this video produced by Border Patrol, Agent Rodney Scott describes the old days.
Early in my career, I was in San Diego where tens of thousands of people would cross nightly, and vehicles would cross intermittently with thousands of pounds of narcotics.
Underneath Operation Gatekeeper in 1994, we established the border barrier with the Vietnam War era landing mat, the metal that was actually utilized in the Vietnam War for helicopter landing zones and other runways and such. So that's when our barriers began, way back in 1994. In 2007, we actually established a secondary wall system. That helped us out a lot. It gave agents a lot more time. It did have